All right. This is the Nerdy Nonsense Podcast. We're just two nerdy guys that like to talk about stuff together. This is episode 59.
Nice. Oh wait, that's not right.
Yeah, with 10 more episodes for that.
10 more. Okay.
So yeah, this last week was a little crazy. With some stuff. So I don't know if you want to start. I guess I can start with what I did. I didn't really do too much this week.
Okay.
Mostly was playing Tears of the Kingdom, and we caught up on It's Always Sunny, which was still great. This season's really off the fucking rails, which is wild. Because I feel like I say that every season, but like this season seems incredibly unhinged.
Yeah.
Been playing a lot of Tears of the Kingdom, like I said. I finally beat the first anomaly or whatever they call them.
I think it's an anomaly. Yeah.
The one
Which one?
The Gerudo Desert.
Oh, okay.
It took me a while to beat it. But finally beat it, and then I got sidetracked doing a bunch of the Lucky Gazette stuff because I was on my way to Rito Village. I got stopped at the Lucky Gazette, so then I went and started doing all those side missions.
Oh yeah, it's on the way over there.
So I just went back this morning or this afternoon before I ate lunch and got back to the Rito Village, and now I have to find the kid. So that's where I'm at with that. And then I saw Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse yesterday. I thought it was great. The animation's still absolutely incredible.
Hell yeah.
The plot, I don't necessarily hate the plot of the movie, but I feel like there were some things that were a little weaker. Like, I don't know. It felt kind of like Miguel was just kind of squandered in this film. I said it to Allison too. She didn't feel the same way, but I don't know. Something just didn't feel right with Miguel. But other than that, there was just like if they knew he was an anomaly, the spoilers, obviously, if you haven't seen the movie, it's been out for 2 weeks now?
Oh yeah. Now we can go into spoilers, I guess.
If Miguel knew that Miles was an anomaly the entire time and that spider wasn't supposed to be there, and he had this whole group of people to stop anomalies, why wasn't the spider stopped from the beginning?
Well, I don't think that he's able to go back in time. Like, this event already happened, so there's nothing that he can change. And I think based on the first movie, how it ended, he discovered all of these after Miles was beaten and all that stuff. At least that's how I understand it, based on seeing the movie 3 times and also what I remember from Into the Spider-Verse in the credit scenes. He's coming back and saying, "Oh, the multiverse almost collapsed. What the hell happened?" And then he gets the watch and he starts saying, "Okay, we're gonna start fixing everything." So that's the beginning of the Spider Society. So I'm gonna guess that that's the beginning of him figuring out what the hell happened, or maybe he hasn't found out that Miles is an anomaly yet, but he will. But it already.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah,
I didn't
but
really
Miles,
think about that.
yeah, but Miles has already been beaten and all that stuff. So there's nothing that they can do at this point. Just let it play out. And that's why throughout the movie, or at least in the beginning, they're like, "Oh, he cannot know about any of this. He cannot join this Spider Society. He tells when to stay away from that universe and all the stuff." So
I guess that makes sense. What I did find funny though was like I knew that this movie was going to be like probably the craziest animation mashup of all time, but I didn't realize that they were going to throw in the video game Spider-Man in there. They were going to throw in real live action people into the movie, like Donald Glover being just the Prowler that they caught.
That actually got me a surprise. I was like, "What?"
Yeah, that was wild. And then like when Miguel goes, "Get Spider-Man," and they all just stop and they're like, You? What do I got? Something on my face again? It was a great. I loved it. I don't know if I loved it more than the first film, but I definitely liked it a lot. And this might be the best animated film, like by animation standards, so far. Just because it's so unique and there's such a like, it's like such a love letter to animation. I loved it. And then on Friday night, we actually got tickets through T-Mobile. Has this thing where every Tuesday, T-Mobile Tuesdays, they give you like a bunch of stuff, like discounts for food or whatever. And they gave us $5 tickets to go see either The Blackening or I don't even remember what the other movie was because it was something we didn't really care about. But we ended up going to see The Blackening, and it was okay. It was not great. It was almost like they tried to make a scary movie, but didn't know how to be funny. Because there were like certain jokes that were great, and then other jokes that I was just kind of like, is that supposed to be funny? I don't think that's really funny.
Yeah, I think it was like a blaxploitation film, but set with a I don't know, scream, like a slasher film. There you go.
Kinda, yeah. It's written and directed by apparently people of color, but it was almost like they tried to make a meta commentary a la Scream 3, basically. Because like the entirety of Scream 3 is like them doing this whole deep dive into what makes a horror movie. And like that was kind of like what they tried to do, but it wasn't funny.
I see.
It's like there were certain parts that were hysterical, but then like maybe 5% of the jokes were like would land. It wasn't great. I'm glad I didn't have to pay full price to see the movie. But I mean, it could have also just been one of those things where I'm not the target audience.
Yeah, that's one thing. That's one thing I was thinking, that maybe you are in the target audience.
But you know,
I mean,
whatever.
even on a blaxploitation film, I'm not even the target audience. So.
Right.
So there might be jokes or references that we won't get because we're not part of that culture.
Exactly. So like I don't know, it could have just been something that I just didn't know, but you know, it was still okay. Wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen. Wasn't the best movie. It was kind of like middle of the road, basically.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. So that was pretty much what I did.
Let's see. I was able to watch It's Always Sunny because for some reason Hulu does this. Sometimes for me, it does this weird thing that even though I have a show that I already caught up with all the seasons, after a while it goes back and says, "You haven't seen I don't know 120 episodes." I'm like, no, I seen the rest of the season or all the seasons before. Why you keep showing me that? So I guess they were adding the numbers from the new season, and I just didn't notice because it wasn't even all the way to the top. Even it was all scattered around the other shows that I know I seen the whole seasons, whether they are 2, 3, 4, and 5, and I'm just waiting for a new season to drop, and they're just lingering over there telling me that I haven't seen X amount of episodes, even though I know I've seen all those episodes. So I guess it did that when I went to just to look around Always Sunny, the page for the show on Hulu. I saw season 16, I think we are, and I saw the first 3 were over there. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll watch them, and I was able to watch the latest ones. The gang gets cursed, or whatever it was.
Yeah, that one.
I think that's the last one. Yeah, that's the last one. Yeah, so I was able to watch it as well, like a day or two after I caught up on the first ones. Hilarious still. Oh, we have another room. Why you never noticed this room? Yeah, it's been here.
You go in there and it's extra steps. You gotta walk all the way to the front door.
Yeah. Or
Charlie never misses.
or then the other episode, Frank trying to open a can of sardines with a gun. Frank shoots
everybody.
Yeah. The Harlems. Oh yeah, the teeth. Oh, what the teeth? Oh my god, so stupid. But yeah, that and just like always watching my shows. The new show that I started is on Apple TV. This Smorgasbord Doom, something like that. It's like a comedy musical kind of thing. Keena Michael Keane and Cecily Strong are the leads, and there's this couple that in the first season, because right now there are two seasons. I'm halfway to season 2, but on the first season they're having issues with their relationship. She's like telling him he loves him, but he's like, "Oh, me too." He's not actually saying it and all that stuff, and they go hiking somewhere in the woods or whatever in a vacation just to try to reconnect and whatever. And after a fight, they ended up in this town that looks like it is from the 1800s and everything. Everyone is singing, and they're like, "Oh fuck, we're in a musical." And the whole point is that to live the praise, they need to find true love and whatever. And they're like, "What the fuck is true love supposed to be in this environment?" Because it's truly like a musical, and there's and people are acting like they're in the 1800s. So the fact that she's a doctor and all that stuff is kind of conflicting as well. And there's some comedy out of that, and there's a lot of SNL alumni in the show. Like Fred Armisen is in there. Uh, a couple more people are just blanking on their names, but and also you have some comedians that are actually good at singing.
Really?
Yeah, and other actors. Let's see. The mayor is. Uh, I keep forgetting his name. Wait, let me. Alan Cumming. There you go. Is the mayor. So obviously he's a big.
Okay.
He has experience being in Broadway and all that stuff. And then I just started the second season, and they switched the setting. Like it's the setting of this musical world. They just changed the setting, so it's interesting what they're doing. And I wonder if they renew a third season, what they're gonna do, because they're changing the setting. So I'm like, okay, I see what they're doing. Let's see what the next musical or the musicals that they're gonna pull from will be. What else? Yesterday I did a double feature, The Flash and Elemental.
How did you like Elemental? Because I've been hearing really, really good things about it.
It is really good. I don't know what the hell Disney didn't advertise this correctly. Based on the trailers and the little information that that initially they put out, you will think, okay, first tell me, what do you think is the plot of the film?
Yeah, to be honest, it looks like a water person falls in love with a fire person. Like that's the vibe I got.
That's the B plot. There's something else in this story. It's even deeper.
Really?
Yeah, the main, and I guess this is not a spoiler, especially how low is getting on views on that they got this week. First of all, this is an immigration story. Because the fire people, the dad and the mother, and they even show it in the first couple minutes, and I'm like, oh shit, we're doing this. They are refugees, or not refugees, but they left their country, which is the fatherland, for a new life into a new this new city that has various elements, but not really. They don't have much fire people. and they put so many stuff at the beginning, they the dad and the mom, they're like sometimes they're talking in their own language, and people are looking at them or they're not understanding what they're saying. Uh, and I know this is more because I saw the writers are Asian. So and the way that they're giving the culture of the fire people, it looks like they're heavily based on Asian cultures. But for example, they go to get their passports or whatever it is the relation in the universe, and they're like, asking their name, and he says it, but he says it in the fire people language, and the guy is like, can you spell it? And then he's like, I'm gonna give you this generic white guy name. And I know a lot of Asian people, especially those that immigrate, they change their names to sound more Western because it's difficult for um, Americans to even pronounce their names correctly. Heck, even though my name is easier to pronounce, when I go by Caesar, I'm doing the American version. I'm not even going by how it's supposed to be pronounced at home. So something like
Cesar, right?
Cesar.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not even the same, but I go by the Americanized version of my name because it's easier than correcting people all the time. So it's something like that, and obviously the story, their kid is born in this land, and she's growing up, and there's the whole is she gonna keep doing take over the shop, which is has the customs of their land, or go into the world and do what she wants. And there's this conflict of uh what you call it, um uh like honoring your parents and all the sacrifices that they done as immigrants and all the stuff, or just do what you want in the end. Yeah.
Someone said it's like it's like the internal struggle monologue, basically, of like to keep your culture up or to build new culture, basically.
Yeah,
in a new place.
And I was surprised with us. Like again, I thought originally based on the advertisement and everything that they're gonna do a allegory of racism and uh, mixed couples rather than this story. And when I saw I cried many times during this freaking movie because they're pulling a lot of stuff that as an immigrant and someone that isn't not 100% in the position of the main character, but something in between, I experienced as well. So it hit me real close home. And obviously, you had the B side, B plot that is the relationship between these two, but it's not even the highest. They don't pull a lot of emphasis on it. I mean, it creates some tension, especially with the father being like, whether people are the worst or whatever. But it's and the whole we're different elements we cannot touch or whatever, which is in a way an allegory for that, but you know what I mean. But the way that they make it is also very smart. It's not on your nose, and like I say, it's more of a B plot than anything.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people compare it almost to Zootopia in a way. Only it's a little bit more prominent than it was in Zootopia.
It is better than Zootopia.
That I've heard, yes.
It's 100% better as Zootopia at using that, and even then, the movie barely touches racism. But I mean, there is some racism out of there, but mostly of like at one point, someone comments, "Oh, you're, I guess, English is very good. You don't have an accent," and she's like, "Oh yeah, that happens when you are born and speak this language to her life." And the person makes a face, and that's the last you hear of it. But those little comments, but again, those comments are also part of the immigrant life. So I mean, I had those comments before even to myself. But yeah, the movie really is really good. It's a shame that it's getting almost no no money on the opening weekend. Hopefully, there's word to mouth out there so it can get better. And the animation is gorgeous. Pixar just when it's triggered at the park, especially with the fire effect and the water, and how they play with that, and also light, because you have a scenes where the two of them are together, and her firelight is going to him and doing different effects and stuff like that. So
I heard
on
they worked a lot, and I don't know how much you know about like graphics cards or graphics or anything like that, but they
Mhm.
worked very closely with NVIDIA to create a new
Oh, that
kind
makes
of
sense.
ray tracing or something
Yeah.
for this film. They developed closely with NVIDIA, like this whole new way of doing like uh, ray tracing and RTX something or other. Like I'm I'm impressed that we've kind of gone from not bad Pixar films, but ones that were not really revolutionary to
Yeah.
now supposedly this is the best thing they've done ever so far.
Oh yeah, this one is so freaking great that even the characters themselves, the animation of them and how they move and everything, like Wade, the water guy, like you can tell he's made out of water, but this water is like it's not like a cartoony kind of water. Like the way that he moves and everything is very different to Amber, who is the fire girl. The way that each one of them moves is very different based on how they're made. Like, and you can see sometimes bubbles coming up in him at certain points, just because it's a water
Right.
guy, you know. The way that he
Yeah,
moves, the way that he stuff interact with him, and then Amber on the other hand, the way that she moves, and even the frames, and there are points in the movie where based on her mood, he gets lighter or dimmer,
mm,
and it's so fucking cool. And when she gets in the obviously in the sad parts and everything, when she gets super dimmer, there's like a highlights of what will be her body, and there's nothing in between because the light is going down, but you still can see the highlights like in a sketch or something like that. But it's very interesting and it's so freaking cool animation wise. But yeah, uh, if you can go see the movie because it's freaking amazing, and I guess uh, if you are an immigrant, especially if your parents are first generation that came from another country, and is gonna hit you, it's gonna hit you like a truck. I mean, technically, I'm also first generation, so I remember my life in Peru, but the difference between them and me obviously is the age and how I have assimilated here. Like it's different, but
right.
still, in the case of the character, she was born there their entire life, so she is a little more different than me, but still, I'm in that sphere. So I was able to get uh, what they were doing, and if someone also is in the same boat, whether they were born here or they came here younger or whatever, they're gonna notice certain stuff that you know is gonna hit you. And
Yeah,
that
it's funny because
yeah,
like when I first started seeing trailers for this movie, I was like, who cares? It didn't look that interesting to me. But then hearing people talk about like the plot of the movie and kind of explaining their own take on the subtext made me a lot more excited to go see it because I just thought it was a love story. I was like,
oh yeah,
Pixar's done
the
that
same,
before.
the same. And to
But
be honest, compared to other pizza love story, this one actually goes like it feels like an actual love story. Like the way that they meet each other and then they're built up their relationship is even more believable. Like I think
hmm,
just trying to remember all the Pixar movies that they done and has some in a way dealt with a relationship. Perhaps up the first 5 minutes between Car and Ellie is the one up to this point that was more realistic. But then it was like an abridged version of our relationship in like what 2 minutes or whatever.
I think it was like the first 10 minutes, but yeah, it was
Yeah,
a very quick, only maybe tenth of the movie. The rest
yeah,
of it was
the
completely
after,
different.
yeah, the after of that. But in this movie, you can see the relationship growing, and then obviously it's a little bit in the background since you had the A-Prod and the main reason why these two characters meet each other in the first place, and then you have the whole issues. Like I said, the immigrant story in the background, not in the foreground and all that stuff. Uh, Taking the legacy of your family or whatever and all that stuff. So, but yeah, it's really good. And also they had the Carl date short in the front of it as well, and I
Across
cried.
first date, yeah.
Yeah, and I cried during that one as well because the last
I've heard that it is very gut wrenching. I am not ready for
the,
it.
the last couple minutes is what they get you because in the beginning it's all funny seeing him freaking out trying to figure out what to do and all that stuff, and then he talks to Ellie, and that's where you get like ah, or at least to the picture, and he's talking to her and all the stuff,
Right.
and that's when they get you. I was like, oh god, I thought this was gonna be funny because it is funny until that point, right? And then no, it hurts, and then the tears comes out, and then I watch the movie, and then more tears comes out, and then I saw the Flash, and there's one point that more tears came out. But yeah, the Flash, it is a good film. I want to say that it's fun. Very very questionable CGI. Like, oh my god, I don't know what they were thinking, especially when they delayed this movie for so long.
Right.
Uh,
I've heard from numerous different people that it's almost as if the studio gave up on the film halfway through production, because you can tell that the first however many, I don't remember what they said, but up to a certain point it's like really good. It's really well
it is a really
everything. And
good
then all of a
movie.
sudden it just kind of like falls off.
It is a really good movie. There, maybe a couple parts in the beginning, and then the very end, the 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 last arc, the last act, pretty much falls down and it pulls down. But it is a really good movie.
I don't
Like,
mean like the plot of the movie. I'm specifically just talking about
no,
like the
no, no,
costume design and everything else.
the quality
Like the
and every
quality.
it
Yeah.
goes down. Yeah, it goes down during that part. Even though there's a part in the end as well. That, like I said, more tears coming down. But yeah, aside from their criminal records and whatever they've been doing, Ezra Miller does a great job playing two different versions of Barry. Uh, uh, Both of the versions they play well out of each other, and it is actually shows how different the characters are, even though they're supposed to be the same person, quote unquote, the same person. Uh, Michael Keaton is having a great time playing Batman.
I just
Uh,
watching him on the press tour and how much fun and how much he respects playing Batman. It's just incredible.
Sasha Calle is great as Supergirl, but I believe that they cut up a lot of her stuff because there are some scenes that is kind of like with
She
her
kind of
that
felt disjointed to the plot,
yeah,
from
there's
what I
this
heard.
yeah, many of her scenes felt disjointed that you can tell that they cut up some stuff. And to be honest, both Michael Keaton and Sasha Calle they are in this movie for that long.
Yeah, I heard Michael Keaton's in it for like 10 minutes or something like that.
I
Like it's
want to say
very short.
20 minutes or so, and Sasha Calle is even less. I want to say another 10 minutes or so. And yeah, based on the advertisement, you will think like, oh, they're like for much of the movie, but no, not really. Michael Keaton doesn't come out until halfway to the second act, perhaps. And Sasha
Wow, I didn't know it
Calle,
was that. I thought he was like in it at the beginning. I didn't
oh
realize
no,
it
no,
was
no,
that
no, no,
far into
no.
the movie.
Both him and Sasha Calle come very like halfway to the second act, Sasha Kai even by the end of the second act, even I will say even at the beginning of the third act or whatever. And yeah, and then the third act is kind of the CGI is all over the place. And I know they said that they did the CGI in some parts, and I don't want to get that many spoilers, but I guess during the multiverse part kind of thing, it's supposed to look like that because it's like, oh, this is how Barry looks at the multiverse or whatever. But still, the fact that they went with that choice is it looks bad, really bad.
Mhm.
And then obviously the end is confusing as hell because now we don't know, is this the new DCU that James Gunn is gonna helm? Is this something else and we're never gonna see it anymore? Even though they're saying that depending on how much money this movie makes, they might do Flash 2. So you're wondering, are they gonna follow up then on how this ends, or are they just gonna ignore it and be like, oh yeah, this Flash is the one in this new DC EU or whatever they're calling it, universe or whatever. But yeah, it's a good movie. It could have been better, but there's so many questionable stuff that they do, and especially in the CGI that I don't know. Like I said, Ezra Miller is great in this, despite the fact that they done a lot of crimes. Um, and yeah, some of the cameos are fine, but the multiverse stuff, and there's a lot of articles out there uh, why people are pissed at that sequence, and you will you will know why. But maybe next week I can comment more on that. So, but yeah,
Right. Yeah.
and then I've been playing just Tears of the Kingdom as well. I want to say 65% clear the deeps, like lining it up. Just yesterday I was able to complete the map, and I
Oh, the
still have,
overworld, the regular Hyrule map.
yeah, the regular map. I didn't have to clear the Gerudo Valley yet. I still have the whole dust thingy is still there, but I was able to complete the map. Then what else? I just been doing side missions. Like I said, I haven't even done the main mission yet. Uh, I unlock all the fairies now, so
I haven't even done the fairies yet. I was literally doing them last night, and then I got sidetracked in the the Lucky Clover Gazette stuff.
oh yeah. No, I was able to unlock all the fairies, and since I've been just running around in the depths and just above, once I get to the depths and I find a route, I go above and try to find. If not finish, at least find the shrine so I can go back later. So running around, finding caves or whatever, I've been able to unlock more pieces of stuff. So now that I have all the fairies unlocked, I've been just upgrading stuff. Some things I still need, like uh, certain materials that is gonna take me a while to get, but yeah. And then I did a couple of shrines. I think I increased my heart count by 2 since the last time we spoke, so I'm at 10. And the stamina wheel, I just added a little quarter, so I'm like 2 wheels and a quarter. But that's kind of enough to go around and try to unlock clean the map as much as possible, or at least access the map as much as possible. So once I'm done with the depth and all that stuff, I guess I'll go and do side missions and try to complete the game. But that's gonna take me a long time, anyways.
Yeah, I the Koroks I've just kind of given up on. Like if I see them, I do them, but I don't really go out of my way to do them.
Oh yeah, I don't
I
go.
don't know if I'm gonna finish all of the shrines.
Mm,
Some of them, like the ones where they're like test of strength, where you have no
uh,
weapons.
yeah, those are annoying.
Those are so annoying.
So annoying. Keep dying. I was like, ah.
I
So,
like stopped 2 of them. I did the test. I found the test of strength 1 and 2, and I tried to do them, and I was like, I can't this sucks.
Yeah, there are a couple that I tried at least 3 times before I give up, and then there are others that as soon as I die the first time, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna save it for later. I'm just gonna go out and keep running around and discover stuff. Because I think
Yeah,
I still need to find like 3 or 4 tiers of the dragon, the hieroglyphs, whatever the big thing is on the map. So I need to do that as well.
gotcha.
But yeah,
How many batteries do you have so far?
2 and 1 bar, like two full and one little bar thingy.
Okay. I have 16 batteries now. So I did one full row and then they turn blue when you get to the second row. I
Mm.
wasted so much time trying to get that up because I used the Sonite devices more than I actually climb
Oh yeah, no,
because I'm lazy.
I climb everywhere. I run on crime. I should be using so nice or horses, but I barely use it.
I have horses. I have two, but I never use them because I use the Zonai devices. Like I made a
Yeah.
Segway for the like regular high roll, and then underground I use the flying machine thing.
Mm. Oh yeah, I was able to
It's just so
also,
much easier.
and I was also able to get a auto build.
That is amazing. I love auto build.
I still
Being able
haven't.
to save stuff and then go back and just do it again if you have the materials out, or if you want to use Zonite to do it, is amazing.
Mm. And yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing. Yep, that's pretty much it. So
Nice.
I guess. Oh wait, no. There's one more thing that I forgot to comment. Black Mirror came back this week.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, thankfully, since I'm still able to watch Netflix via my laptop, I was able to watch the entire 4 episodes, 5 episodes, I think it is.
Why was you not able to watch it?
No, I was able to watch it
Oh, okay.
because since they did the change and I was using my sister's, I'm still using my sister's account, but
Oh, the sharing. Yeah.
the sharing when I do it via my Apple TV or my smart TV, it tells me to create an account, but then I by mistake open it on my laptop and it still works over there. So I'm just still watching stuff until I guess they realize that they didn't lock it via my computer. I guess I don't know. So I was able to watch the last season, this new season of Black Mirror. Uh, really good episodes. The
I've heard
first
this
one,
season is not as good as the last one, but it's still pretty.
the first episode, awful and no,
Here's what I found.
what is the name? Ah, damn it, I forgot what it is. But it's the first episode is really meta, and they have this streaming service in the show called Streamberry, I think it is, and obviously it's Netflix kind of, and he shows up many times during the other episodes. But it's really funny how they're like, oh yeah, I can see that's Netflix. Yep,
That's pretty funny.
that's pretty much it. So I guess we can jump into the news. So let's see. The CW finally confirmed a couple shows. What is gonna happen to them? Gotham Knights has been canceled after 1 season. Uh, Apparently got a little fan base, but I guess it's from
The
the.
views were not there for the show.
Oh yeah, they weren't there, but it got a small fan base, which I'm gonna assume is people from from the supernatural fandom, since Misha Collins is Two Face in this, or soon to be Two Face. Well, not anymore since the show has been canceled. But I think that's the only fan base that was able to pull, because otherwise I was not interested in the show based on the product information that they released and everything. And I guess I was right because they just canceled it. But on the other hand, Lois and Superman is safe. It's coming back for a fourth season, although they cut it to a 10 episode run, and also they announced that half of the cast is not longer gonna be like a regular cast. They being downgraded to guest, and if they wanna come back guesting, I guess they can, but uh, pretty much they're keeping the Clark and his family, and then just a couple more people like Let's. But yeah, we'll see if this is the last season. After all, this is the last DC show on the network, so we'll see if they cancel it or Matt's takes it. We'll see.
They don't own like WB or Warner Discovery, whatever the fuck they're called anymore.
Mhm.
They don't own what's it called anymore, right?
The CW? No, it was sold to this conglomerate like a year ago, something like that.
So I have a strong suspicion that they're trying to write all these shows off so that they can debut or re-debut them onto Max. Kind of like what Disney did with the Marvel Netflix shows.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Probably they might be doing that, or they might just be canceling them so they can uh focus on the shows that James Gunn is gonna be overseeing with this new DC universe. Because we're getting TV shows out of that as well. So,
True.
which by the way, he confirmed this week as well that he's gonna start working on Peacemaker season 2 after he's done with Superman Legacy. So we'll see how that goes. Let's see. So apparently this weekend or last weekend rather, there was this festival called Annecy, which was mostly animation related. We got a couple announcements from there, mostly from Disney. They showed the trailer for this sh- anthology series of shorts called, and hopefully I'm not mispronouncing this, Kisasi Moto Generation Fire. This is a 10 shorts from animation houses from Africa. So it's very based on that. It's releasing on July 5th. Then we got an announcement for the Wonderful World of Mickey short that is gonna be joining just your regular Mickey with the Steamboat Willie Mickey. This is for the 100th year anniversary. This short is debuting on July 28th.
Yes.
And the style of the Mickey is what I call Mickey on crack that they have on Mickey and Minnie's railway railroad.
It's based off of the Craig McCracken was the one who designed that Mickey.
Yeah,
Same guy who did Dexter's Lab and
okay,
shows.
that makes
That's
sense.
why it looks so weird.
Yeah, I call it Mickey on crack, especially Goofy. Goofy is actually on crack. There's no way that
Goofy definitely looks like he's on meth.
Yeah,
There's
the way they
something wrong with that Goofy.
yeah. So based on the teaser that they show, it looks like is that version of Mickey meeting Steamboat Willie Mickey, and it's part of the whole 100th anniversary thing, which is also part of the. We talked about this last week. The animated short that they show as well with the Disney characters coming to life and having all these voice actors coming back or using previous
audio and stuff.
unused audios. Yeah, it's part of all that celebration. They announced that the zombies films that they show on Disney Plus is getting also animated shorts with the original voice cast coming back to reprise their roles on July 21st.
Hmm.
They announced that Proud Family and Kif are getting new seasons. And I know you've been watching Kif.
Kif is great.
Yeah,
Proud
so
Family I have yet to watch. I've heard mixed things about it, but I it's on my radar whenever I have time.
yeah, so that one is getting renewed. So that's good for you. They announced a couple new series called Go. I didn't saw much information about it, and then another one called Primos, which means cousins in Spanish. So I guess they want to reach to the Hispanic community, I guess, on that part. And then a whole bunch of Disney Junior shows. One of them, including one of them that is like a Little Mermaid show, but the way that they model the characters most looks to be more based on the live action show. So she's black, but with red hair. But the red hair looks a lot like Ariel from the cartoon, so it's like a mix, something like that. But yeah, a whole bunch of Disney Junior shows. Also, the first trailer for Pixar's Elio was released. The film is supposed to be released on spring 2024. The basic plot is pretty much this kid is adopted by aliens, and uh, they think that he is the representative, the mayor, the king, or whatever you want to call it, of Earth. And he's going to be put on trial. Otherwise, Earth is going to be destroyed. And shenanigans ensue.
It looks interesting. I need more
Yeah,
context.
yeah, I need more.
Honestly.
It was a quick teaser. I mean, the animation looks good and all that stuff, but I need more. And again, Disney is not doing a great job at promoting Disney Pixar films. So
A lot of people are pissed because for even just you and some of my other people that I talk to about films and stuff
Mhm.
were upset about how great like Elemental is, and like it got no ads like at all
yeah,
compared
so
to some of their other movies.
yeah, so I'm hoping that they wise up with Elio, but we'll see.
I'm really hoping.
Let's see. DreamWorks announced out of this festival as well that the next film is called Orion and the Dark. This is coming to Netflix on 2024. Uh, I believe the plot is a kid that is afraid of the dark, meeting the actual embodiment of the dark and becoming friends with it. So that's a cute plot. Let's see what else. Oh, Disney Plus announced that they're gonna debut 28 studio shorts that they restored. Started on July 7 all the way to October as part of the 100-year anniversary of Walt Disney Animation.
They're
Uh,
all ones apparently that Walt himself worked on too,
yes,
which is amazing.
yeah. So I wonder how much restoration are we talking about? Probably making it HD, I guess. I don't think they're gonna.
I
I
really
don't
hope
think
they
they're
keep
gonna.
the original like
Yeah.
frame because like
Oh yeah,
when
definitely.
What was it? The Simpsons went widescreen. They cut all of the first eighth of the top of the screen and the first eighth of the bottom of the screen off.
Mhm.
And I don't want to do that. I don't want them to do that, especially on stuff that like is so historically significant like this.
Yeah. Let's
But
see.
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. And then this is not related to the festival, but this is also animation related. So earlier this week, Disney announced that Toy Story 5 will have Buzz and Woody reunite, even though the whole point of the fourth movie was for Woody to live. So I don't know what the fuck are they thinking.
When they announced, because they apparently announced this on Twitter a couple months ago, it was teased. Tim Allen had said something about some quote from the fourth movie.
Hmm.
And everyone was speculating that they were making a fifth one. And I was like, but why? They shouldn't have even been a fourth one. The third one was such a great ending to the entirety of the Toy Story movies. I don't know why they made a fourth one. The fifth
Yeah,
one just makes no sense.
especially if they're bringing back Woody. Like
because he's
that was the whole point of the fourth movie, so he can move away.
right. And apparently, Tom Hanks said that he is reprising his role as Woody. So I don't know what the
Yeah.
fuck that means.
Yeah, so
People are very pissed, and I don't blame them.
it's dumb. It's dumb. I mean, if they come back and everything, then number 4 is pretty much pointless.
Exactly. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, well, that's dumb. Also from Disney on maybe another apparently dumb move, but we don't know. According to Deadline, Sarah Polley, who won an Oscar this year for Best Writing, Best Original Writing, I think, for Woman Talking, is in talks to direct a live-action version of Bambi.
Oh no.
So
We don't. No.
I mean, she's a good director and writer, so but yeah, live action Disney film. So yeah, I don't know.
Don't understand. I get that the live action films is something that they want to do, and especially with the Little Mermaid taking off the way that it has, they want to do more of them. But Bambi's just one of those films I don't think it needs to be remade. It was fine the way it was. It's too sad. I don't know that we need to. We don't need to see Bambi's mom die again.
I know.
I'm good.
We'll see what they do. But yeah, so far it's nothing official. It's just a report, so we'll see. Let's see. Let's keep with Disney because this week they announced a whole bunch of delays and 3 announcements. For the delays, for the MCU, they pushed Deadpool 3 to May 3rd, 2024. And let me just check when was the original date. I should have saved that information. Hopefully I can find it. Okay, so it was initially announced for September 6th, 2024. Oh, apparently this is the third time. Wait.
And it's been moved up?
Oh, no. It's been moved. Okay. So initially it was announced for September 6th, 2024. Then it changed to November 8th, 2024. And now it's moving back to May 4th, 2024. So this one is actually good news.
Yes, it's being moved up.
Yeah. Everything else.
I don't understand why they moved it back to then moved it later to then move it earlier.
I guess they're almost done. I'm gonna assume.
It's the only thing I can think of.
But everything else has been delayed. So Captain America: Brave New World is now opening on August 24th. And again, I should have Captain. Let's see if I can see when is the original day. Release date. There you go. It was previously scheduled for May 3rd, 2024. So it's not that big of a push. It's just a couple months. Thunderbolts has been moved to December 24th. December 20 of 24th. Let's see. Thunderbolts. When it was supposed to be released. And again, I should have put this information prior, but I didn't think of it. Let's see. Let's see. Release date. Okay. Actually, this one we move a lot. It was supposed to be released on July 26th, 2024, and it has been moved to December 20th, 2024. Braid was moved to February 14th, 2025. I believe this one was supposed to be on 2024. Let's see. Fantastic Four is moving to May 2nd, 2025. Khan Dynasty, May 1st, 2026. And Secret Wars, May 7th, 2027. Uh, these dates sound like too far in the future, but then you realize this is just 4 years from now and it breaks your brain.
Yeah, a lot of this, and I don't know if the rumors are true, a lot of this is because of the bad box office from Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, and Spider-Man for No Way Home apparently didn't do that well box office, or didn't do as well as they wanted it to. And
I mean, yeah, it was
critically flopped Doctor Strange, apparently.
I mean, it makes sense. Also, there's the whole writer strike and then a possible actor strike. So I guess
I think there's a lot of factors here.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if these dates shift again. Whether they shift to earlier or later will remain to be seen. Avatar also has shift. Avatar 3 is now releasing on December 19th, 2025. Which I know is currently being shot, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
think most of it was already filmed because the second Avatar
Well,
film,
I know,
they did both almost simultaneously.
2 and 3, yeah. So I guess they're working on effects or whatever. Avatar 4 is moving to December 21st, 2029, and that one is a big jump, 4 years, more or less.
And I think that one's mostly because of the writer's strike.
And then Avatar 5, December 19th, 2031, which again, holy crap, they sound like really far into the future.
That's 8 years from now.
Yeah. I'll be 45 by the time I see Avatar 5. And in fact, Zoe Saldana came out and saying, like, holy crap, I'll be in my 50s when that movie comes out. So, crazy. And then they announced 3 dates for Star Wars films, 3 unknown Star Wars films. I didn't saw any confirm whether or not these are the films that they announced at Star Wars Celebration, or probably something entirely new that we don't know about. But the first one is going to be May 22nd, 2026. The second one is December 18th, 2026. And the last one, December 17th, 2026. Yeah, we have no idea. Like I said, we have no idea if these are the Dawn of the Jedi, the new Jedi Order, and the Mandoverse films, or entirely new films that they haven't announced yet.
I don't remember if they announced it yet, but was the High Republic movie canceled?
They never announced a High Republic.
Oh, I thought we were getting something set in the High Republic.
No. What we're getting is the Dawn of the Jedi, the beginning of the Jedi Order.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Before the High Republic.
Yeah, way before that. It's like 1,000 years before the High Republic, which is already.
That one's happening, but it's now pushed back, right? This is what you just said.
No, we don't know whether or not these movies that they announced the dates for are these films or new films.
Oh, right. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, we have no idea. They just said 3 unannounced Star Wars films, unknown Star Wars films, based on everything that I saw. So I don't know whether or not these are the films, those 3 films, or there are new films that they haven't announced.
Gotcha.
Talking about release dates, Sony also came out and announced 2 release dates for upcoming Spider-Man films. November 8, 2024 and June 27, 2025. Again, we have no idea which films are these for. Some people are speculating that the November 8, 24 might be Venom 3, because that one is already in production, if I'm not mistaken. And June 27 could be either El Muerto, which is Bad Bunny's film, or it could be Spider-Man 5, since Tom Holland has been coming out and talking a lot about it. and also Sony has said that they are working on it and whatever. So could be that one, or could be El Muerto or Madame Web, perhaps, because we haven't heard anything about that movie yet. I know Craven is this year, but that's as far as we go with the Spider-Man movies, the Sony ones. Let's see. So for films related to the strike, or actually TV shows, Daredevil, Born Again, and The Penguin have stopped any filming, and they won't resume until the strike is over. So probably more shifting for Disney, because yep,
Yeah,
they
I'm
just
not
yeah,
surprised.
no surprise. Let's see another two more things before we jump into the big Netflix event that happened yesterday. Tudum. Andy Muschietti, who was is the director of The Flash, has been officially announced as the director for Batman: Brave and the Bold. Last week we commented about this. It was mostly a report, nothing confirmed, but this week uh, DC pretty much confirmed that he is going to be taking the directing of that film. The film is supposed to introduce Damian Wayne and the new Batman into this new James Gunn universe, as well as showcasing the Bat family. So, but yeah. And then before we jump into the Netflix stuff, Universal announced this week that The Last of Us will be joining this year Halloween Horror Nights. They're gonna get their own house, and
Which
and
is
yeah,
I didn't. I'm conflicted because I want to go to Halloween Horror Nights just to go at least once and say that I did it. But I also don't want to go because I really, 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 really don't like haunted houses.
same,
It's make me want to shit myself.
same. Like
I told Allison, I'm like, if I go with you, I'm gonna have to wear a diaper. I'm gonna shit myself.
Like there's a 60% that I might punch someone. No, I don't think so. Punching, I don't think punching, but screaming and like moving my arms like an idiot, trying to defend myself. There's a 60% chance that might happen if I go into one of those houses.
But
at the same time,
this
yeah,
year because we have this haunted house, and then there's another one supposedly. I forget what the other haunted house that was announced was.
let's see.
The other, what the heck?
Let's see. Houses. So let's see. They have 10 haunted houses for this year. The Last of Us. What are the other ones? Why are you showing me saying that? Let me see if I can find the list.
I don't know that all of them have officially been announced.
Yeah, it looks like not all of them, but I want to see what has been announced so far. Why can I find it? Because I know there are a couple already announced.
Here it is. Here's the tweet that I had seen. So we've got Chucky, we've got The Last of Us, we've got Krampus, which I think was one of the canceled houses from a few years ago. We've got the second Bloom house, which is Megan and Insidious, which I don't give a shit about either of those movies.
Megan was good.
Dogs. We've got Lair of the Banshees.
Okay.
Universal Monsters. That's what it was.
That
one sounds amazing because I love Universal Monsters, and I think this is the first time they've done it in a while. And this one's going to be unique because it's Phantom of the Opera or the Phantom and Dracula.
Oh, nice.
And there's a Chinese original one, which I don't know what that means. and then there's a one that's based on either pirates or some sort of shipping or something, and then one that's based on a band that hasn't been announced yet. But either way, I'm excited because Larry the Bounty sounds pretty cool. Devil Dog sounds pretty cool. But Universal Monsters and The Last of Us are the two that I'm most excited about.
Yeah.
So I really, really hope we can go this year and get tickets. I mean, I'm sure we can probably buy tickets. I don't think it usually ever sells out except for the week of
Halloween. Yeah.
So it probably shouldn't be too bad, but I still want to go. I still want to do as much as The Last of Us is probably going to scare the shit out of me. I still want to go.
Yeah, so I see Universal Monsters, Legends Collide, Halloween, The Horrors of House, The Weekend, Spirits of the Coven, Bugs, Fiesta de Chupacabras, Chucky, The Last of Us. Oh, wait, never mind. Those are last year.
I think those were last year's. So this is what people are speculating for this year is going to be another Blumhouse. I don't know why Chucky. They think Chucky, but I think Universal Monsters
I
was
see
the other
Chucky.
one that was.
Chucky has been announced officially.
Oh, it has. Okay.
Yeah.
Universal Monsters, I think, was the only other one aside from Last and Chucky that was officially announced. I don't know if the rest of these are all like real. They're just people are just basing it based off of the construction that's been going on. As far as I know.
Yeah.
Still excited. I don't normally say that about Halloween scare zones or scary Halloween stuff, but I'm still excited.
I know, that's why I'm tempted to go. Like I said, I'm a chicken when it comes to this, but I'm tempted at least once.
We can always go when you're here. We can go that Friday night. I don't know what the dates are if they've been announced officially yet. We can always
go. I see the dates.
We can always go. The three of us, which I think would be kind of fun. The first time. But yeah, I'm when they announced The Last of Us, I lost. I was like, I can't believe they're doing The Last of Us. This is amazing. I'm curious what if it's going to be like a story told through you as if you're Joel and Ellie, or if it's going to be something different. Either way, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. And let's see. And then pretty much yesterday was Netflix own event called Tudum, based on the sound that Netflix does at the beginning, like Tudum. It was held on Brazil because apparently Brazil has a big fan base for most of the shows. From what I saw on YouTube on their official, it looked like a music festival kind of setup, like a big stage with a big screen and then a whole bunch of people on the field watching. So
it was very because usually it's in a big theater, or at least that's what they did last year.
Yeah.
But this year it was completely outdoors, and they had 3 different stages and all sorts of weird shit going on.
It was outdoor. Cool. Yeah, they got their hosts and whatever videos. For the most part, the announcements. I only selected a couple stuff that I'm interested because the other stuff that they show were stuff that shows that I wasn't aware that they were on Netflix or never seen because doesn't look like something that I might like. So at least this is the stuff that I pull out, and if you have something else, just chime in, let me know. The first announcement was that Extraction 3 is in the works. This is the Chris Hemsworth action film. In fact, Extraction 2 just came out this week. I still haven't seen it yet, but apparently they want to franchise this series, so they're working on another film. They show a teaser for Squid Game reality series or game series or whatever. which kind of defeat the purpose of the show, but whatever. It releases in November. They announced,
I don't know how I feel
yeah,
about that.
yeah. The whole point of the show is showing you how bad all this is, and they're like, "Oh, let's make a game show out of this." I'm like, have you seen the show? But whatever. They announced more casting for season 2. No one that I recognize in particular, so I skip putting the information on that. They show a trailer for Money Heist Berlin in December. This is a spin-off series from Money Heist, or as I know it, La Casa de Papel. This Spanish show that is based on a heist. So Netflix apparently has the rights for the global distribution, and they're spinning off into a German version. They showed the trailer for this film called The Archies, which looks it is an Indian film, but it looks like a mashup between 60s kind of art, and the name suggested Archie kind of thing, but with a Bollywood kind of feel, because they were showing dancing and singing and all that stuff. So I'm interested in that one. We got our first look at Avatar: The Last Airbender. It was just a quick tease with all the 4 elements symbols. Many people pointed out that that's the sequence of how the show started, like water, earth, or whatever. And then they show the first look at the 4 main cast members: Aang, Zuko, Katara, and I just blank on his name. Oh my god, Sokka. How I forgot my boy Sokka. But yeah, they show the actors in their costumes. They actually look good.
I'm very surprised because Aang looks almost identical to what he does in the original show.
In the cartoon,
I'm holding out a lot of hope that this is going to be great.
Yeah, so at least on the costume department, it looks great. The casting so far has been good, especially since they're using many Asian or native Pacific or native Asian Pacific or casting. So they're not whitewashing it like certain film that should be no name. And yeah, the costumes looks amazing. We still haven't seen any live trailer or anything, so we'll still need to see how they're doing with the CGI, or the acting, or especially the bending, since the prior live action was really bad when it came to the bending as well, especially the Earth people.
Yeah,
like moving as slow rocks. Like, oh my god! But yeah, we'll see how that happens. They just said that it's coming on 2024. There's still not dates. They released a trailer for Dacon Tyrone. This film releasing on July 21st. This has Jamie Foxx and John Boyega. It's like a black exploitation film mixed with sci-fi. As the name suggests, one of the characters is a clone, and there's all this conspiracy, cunning, government sci-fi stuff. So it looks good. Linda Hamilton was announced to be joining the cast of Stranger Things for their final season. Interesting. And then Arnold Schwarzenegger came out and announced that Fubar has been renewed for season 2, which is good because he left in a cliffhanger, and I actually like the show. So, and then what I was waiting for, they showed the trailer for One Piece, and they announced the release date, which is August 31st. So we're fucking close to that. I'm very optimistic, even though I know there's still some stuff that are gonna look weird, like Luffy's stretching.
it definitely looked very rough animation, but his like the way it was like a shot for shot remake of how he meets Zoro at the beginning.
Yeah.
The Sea King that
Oh,
attack
the speaking looks
Shanks.
amazing
Like
for what
even
it
just
is.
like
Obviously.
recreating the whole shot after Alabaster when they all join the crew and they put their feet on the barrel. Like, yes! Gimme.
Yeah,
There were
isn't
some weird things, and I think I mentioned it to you too, that like the Barati and the Going Merry being in the same scene didn't make like sense at all, because at that point they still didn't have the Going Merry.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that obviously to downsize the time because obviously they won't be able to do like 20 something episodes or whatever per arc or whatever. I think they're gonna just mix some stuff, change some stuff here and there. Like it looks like the Going Mary is gonna be there from the beginning based on the trailer. So wouldn't surprise me if some things ain't change just to compress the time. Uh, also, I
One thing I was very kind of surprised about is they showed Zoro, they showed Sanji, they showed Nami, and they showed Luffy, but we didn't get to see Usopp.
oh, he's there. You can see him.
Oh, was he there?
Yeah, which
Oh, maybe I
was
just wasn't paying attention.
I was gonna comment on the fact that they decided to go with just a regular person look.
Yeah,
No,
I'm very happy that they didn't try and do it with big ass nose.
no long nose, and also Sanji. Many people pointed out he doesn't have the swirly eyebrows either.
That made me a little sad, but at the same time, I kind of understand they're doing it more real
Yeah,
life, which makes
yeah,
sense. At least he's still wearing the suit, so that's all I can really ask for. And he's got the yellow hair.
yeah. So they're not going crazy either on the character design, which was one of the my main issues, like how they gonna translate this to real life, especially some characters are really out there when it comes to body design and everything. So I'm like, we'll see.
Yeah, the one thing
We
I did kind of appreciate though is they matched every single actor to what the nationality of each pirate's supposed to be too,
oh yeah, yeah.
which I thought was incredible.
Oh, and we saw Buggy as well.
Yes, Buggy was terrifying. That scared the shit out of me.
I know, and that's the funny thing. At the beginning, he's terrifying, and then he becomes a joke.
Exactly. So like I have a feeling they did that on purpose, and
He's
then
gonna,
he's just gonna
yeah,
end up being a joke character for the rest of the show.
yeah. And then I saw interviews with the cast, and then them reacting to the trailer and everything. And another reason why I'm optimistic on this, even if it doesn't do good numbers or goes beyond 3 seasons, 2 seasons, 1 season, is that you can tell the cast is really into it. I know from people that are more following the cast online and everything, that they are truly showing that they're fans, or at least becoming fans of the show or of the manga and the anime as they've been working on this. I think the only one that has some knowledge of One Piece even prior to being cast is Nami's actress.
I was gonna say she's apparently
And I
been
mean,
reading or watching for a while.
yeah, apparently she was a fan before the show it was even considered, and you can tell because during the Tudum event, there was a point that they're asking her how it feels to be on this, joining on the stuff, and she mentions that and starts crying. So you can tell right there, it's like okay, she's one of us. But yeah, the cast shows so much appreciation for the original material that you can tell that, like I said, even if it doesn't great numbers, so it is not that well, maybe CGI wise or whatever. At least it got heart from the
Right.
cast.
Which is something that like the Cowboy Bebop show did kind of have heart. At least from the cast who was portraying the characters, but it didn't
Mhm.
seem like the writing had the heart behind it.
Yeah,
So I'm very excited to see that this is both.
and we know for a fact that Oda is really involved in this. So from that
He will
point,
not let anybody touch his baby without him being,
so
which
from that,
I respect.
from that point, we know the higher ups and people like that are gonna be involved in that really well. Uh, Also, people again more knowledgeable people on One Piece, or at least that are like pay attention more to me. Uh, there's a whole thread that they pointed out that the costumes that we can, because we see them wearing, especially Luffy, who is showing up a lot on the trailer. Yeah, we can see him wearing different suits all over the trailer, and they pointed out that every single suit that you can see him is from the manga, either
Yes.
a cover page, a story page, or the actual um, aside from the actual plot. But any other stuff that we haven't seen them in, there he's actually wearing something that is coming from somewhere else, whether it's like a cover story or the cover of a special magazine, or those one of those art books that uh, they release as well. So, yep.
Yeah, they put a lot of thought into this, and I'm super excited to see the finished product. But I, the trailer was really good. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
And that was all that you had for the Tudum.
Uh, just a couple more things. The other thing was we saw behind the scenes for Rebel Moon, which is the new Zack Snyder film. Uh, not much to comment on that. And then Gal Gadot came out and showed her new film, Heart of Stone or something like that. It is pretty much a spy film, and I think that was for me. Unless you have something else.
I'm thinking there were only two other things that I was excited about. One of them was we finally got a clip for season 3 of The Witcher.
Oh
So
yeah,
that's
yeah,
great. I
yeah.
think this is the last season that Henry Cavill's doing.
Yes, because they were talking about that when the cast came out to the stage. They were pretty much talking about that, and the guy that plays uh, damn it, I keep the board
Oh, I can't remember his name.
Dandelion, I think. He pretty much set up a chant for him, for Henry.
Right. So I was very excited about that. I'm sad that it's going to be his last season. He kind of got screwed, I think, but is what it is. Wednesday, season 2, we got a teaser. Jenna Ortega was like on the screen. Super excited about that. I really want to know what happened.
Mhm.
Because they kind of left Wednesday season 1 on a little bit of a cliffhanger. So I'm excited. I liked the first season. I thought it was really good. The only other thing was the 3 body problem, which is
Oh,
based on a book or something.
huh, I didn't saw that.
Uh, or no, I'm sorry. It's written by David Benahoff and D.B. Weiss, who did Game of
Okay.
Thrones. Which is like, I didn't get this from the trailer, but apparently they spoke to press afterwards and said that this is like a sci-fi epic that tells the story of like a huge conspiracy. There's like an Illuminati type under government, and then there's like VR games and alien planets. It sounds interesting. I think it might be too much for one show. And I don't know if this is a show or if this was a movie that's going to be on Netflix, but I
Hmm,
kind of want to watch it when it comes out because it sounded very ambitious, at least for Netflix.
interesting.
And yeah, I mean, there was a bunch of other stuff that was announced, but I really don't care about it. Like more of You, I've never been interested in You, and Love Is Blind, that stupid dating show that they tried.
Yeah, I saw the
It's
stuff. I
terrible.
was like, whatever.
More Bridgerton, which who's surprised. Um, Rebel Moon does sound really good though. I'm really hoping Zack Snyder kind of gets some sort of edit, like someone to edit him, because when he goes and makes a movie by himself, it seems like it's kind of all over the place. What's interesting though is he said that this is inspired by Akira and Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
So I think it could be really cool. I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens. And there's what was wild to me is he said that in an interview, 2 different cuts of the movie, one for kids and one for adults.
I know that was dumb. I was like,
why? Just make one movie. Why does he always has to do this thing where he tries to like do too much in a movie, and it just ends up being crap. So I'm holding my reservations, but the trailer did look really good.
and apparently his run of the film is so long that they're cutting in 2 parts.
Yeah,
Something like a Justice League.
right. I don't know. It could be cool. It does have a lot of really good actors tied to it, so like there's a lot of heavy hitters. So I think no matter what, if the writing's crap or all over the place, at least we have a lot of really good people who can make the film better. So we'll have to wait and see. Did they have a release date on that too?
I don't think I see any.
Because I didn't catch one. Yeah, I don't see a release date. They just announced it. That's kind of they did that a lot too, where they announced a bunch of stuff, but they didn't really give us dates on anything.
Yeah, there's a lot of that, like, or 2024 or something, or stuff like that.
Right, which is kind of annoying, but they did that last year too, so I guess I shouldn't be that surprised. But yeah, that was pretty much all I had from the Tudum.
Tudum, yeah.
Obviously,
Again.
One Piece being the most exciting thing so far.
Yeah.
Cross my fingers that it actually I think it'll translate, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait and see. I mean, I'm still gonna watch it, but So one last thing, although this is more like not news, but apparently someone finally counted how many people John Wick kills in chapter 4. 151.
151. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, he kills a lot of people in the movie, so I was like, I hope that someone does a counter soon. Thankfully, someone
did it for the first 3 films.
Oh no, this is just chapter 4 alone.
No, I know, but when I think chapter 3 came out, someone did the same thing where they counted all the kills, and then they went back and did the first 2. I don't remember how many people he killed in those movies. So
yeah, I need to see, but yeah, 151. That makes sense because there's a lot of people in that movie that dies. But yeah, John Wick 4 now on digital.
It was actually on when we flew home last weekend. It was actually one of the movies that was playing on the plane, and I was like, we just saw this movie like a month and a half ago in theaters, and it's already on the airplane we're taking home. Which I thought was really funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that will do it for this week's episode, unless you have anything else.
No, that's it.
Just double checking my notes. Yeah. Cool. So I think that'll about do it for this week's episode. As always, you can follow us on Twitter at Nonsense Nerdy. Like, comment, subscribe on the video or audio video, whatever, however this, I don't know what YouTube considers this, but you can also hit us up. We have a Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/nerdy nonsense. let us know if there's other stuff that we missed from, what happened last week. And if there's something else that we missed that you were really interested in, or something that happened we should have known about that didn't, yeah, definitely let us know about that too. And as always, if we have, terrible opinions, fight us. not really with words, please.
And also, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
Yes, I was just about to say that.
Whether you're a real father, whether you're a biological father, or an adopted father, or a papi like Pedro Pascal.
Yes. all the dads are dads.
I don't think the last one counts, but still.
I like to think it does in some aspects.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I guess that will do it for this week's episode, and we will see you guys in the next episode.
Adios.
Take care, everyone.